Hey everyone, my name is Joseph. Today we're going to be looking at some of my draft and trade targets for this upcoming season. Of course, before you guys run to that dislike button, this is my opinion and feel free to let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And together we could all lead ourselves to some fantasy championships this year. Alright, let's get right into it. The first player that I want to target is Russell Westbrook. This is a player that I think everyone should have on their draft boards. ESPN has him ranked as number 14 as of right now. And I think that's a little too low for him. Of course, with him now on the Wizards, I think that his usage rate is most definitely going to increase compared to playing with Bradley Beal instead of James Harden. I definitely think we're going to see an increase of usage from him. Last year alone, he finished with top 10 averages, and I just don't see anything changing about that this year. And if anything, playing with Bradley Beal and Thomas Bryant, I could see his assist numbers going back up. And if he ends up averaging a triple-double, I don't think any of us should be surprised by that. We know that his floor and ceiling this year are going to be extremely high, and I don't think it's a player you could pass up on. He's reunited with Scott Brooks, which is only going to help his campaign this year. To put into perspective, he averaged 27 points, almost 2 steals, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. These are insane numbers that I only see increasing, so he's definitely a player that I really want to target this year. Some things to keep an eye out for him are health problems. He has bad knees, so you have to keep an eye out for that. He's 31 now. And with basketball age, that's getting up in numbers. This is a points league, so we don't have to worry about punting. So his 3-point percentage isn't going to hurt anyone. Looking at rebounds, assists, and just raw points. And this guy, even on the defensive end, he fills up the stat sheet, he fills up the box score, and he's someone that you guys have to target, and I can't stress that enough. Moving on to De'Aaron Fox, who just signed a $163 million contract. If that doesn't tell you what the franchise sees in De'Aaron Fox, I don't know what does. He's the number one guy on the team, and I don't think there's any question about that. He averaged 21 rebounds, 2 steals, 3 rebounds. This guy is in for an explosive season. His teammates, the coaches, the beat writers, the press, everyone's saying he looks like an all-star this year, and I think you'd be foolish to not agree with them. With the loss of Bogdan, you could only expect those numbers to increase even more. He finished 37 last year, so, that's his floor for this year. And if that's his floor, I can't imagine him not going before this. Definitely a player that I want on all my rosters this year. Moving on to Nurkic, who is just absolutely disgusting. He is another player who I definitely want on all my rosters if possible. Last year, within the bubble, he was putting top 15 per game stats. And even though we have to take that with a grain of salt, given it's such a small sample size, watch the game in the bubble. It's clear to see that this team really wants to run a good portion of its offense through Nurkic. And I think we're going to see that again this year. Whiteside being gone is probably your biggest indication of that. He had a great season last year with them, but they're still rolling with their guy Nurkic. He averaged 17 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. The guy's just disgusting, and I think we're going to see that again this year. He's ranked 42 by ESPN, and I think he could definitely go earlier than that. He definitely has top 30 upside to me. Make sure if he's on your draft boards or you can send out a trade for him, I would do that as soon as possible. Next time, we're moving on to Christian Wood, who is on everyone's sleepers list, whether it's a cat league, a points league, a category league. He is on everyone's sleeper list, and rightfully so. This guy's going to be disgusting this year. Last preseason game, put up 27 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, which, even though it's just a preseason game, to just give you an idea of what's to come. It's already been confirmed that Cousins is coming off the bench. You don't have to worry about that. In the last 20 games he played last season, he put up top 50 per game stats. He's only going to get better with the Rockets playing alongside Harden. And if Harden eventually gets traded, his value is still there. He's ranked 60 by ESPN, which I think is a little outrageous. His floor for me is top 50. He's definitely a guy I'd be looking to get as soon as possible. The last player we're going to cover today is Porzingis. Now, Porzingis is a player who holds a lot of risk to him, and it's simply because of the injuries. That has been the biggest issue for him his entire career, and that could hold true again for this season. But this is going off of the premise that you have a solid team. You didn't draft too many question marks, so if you're going to pick up any question mark, I think Porzingis is the guy. I think he's a player that, when healthy, he's definitely going to win a couple people some leagues. He averaged 20 points, 2 blocks, 7 steals, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and in the bubble and going into the playoffs, averaged more than 30 games. We know about Porzingis. I don't think I have to tell you about Porzingis. He's a guy who holds top 20 upside. He's disgusting. He's called the unicorn for a reason. He's an absolutely disgusting player. But again, the only issue with him is injury risk. But I've seen him taken past pick 60, which I just think is a little outrageous. Out of all the injury-prone players this year, he's the player I'd be willing to take a shot on, and I think you guys should too. That's it for now, guys. Just a few players I think you guys should definitely target in the trades or through the draft you guys haven't drafted yet. I know a lot of drafts are passed already, but I definitely wanted to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible. Just give you guys some names who I'm definitely targeting, who I've seen a lot of names pop up. Be sure to go in the comments and let me know a couple players you think that I missed out on, a couple players that you're making sure to target, and if you guys mess with this video, I'll be happy to make another one. And just keep in mind that this channel, it's really opinion based. It's my opinion. I've been doing fantasy for a few years now. For fantasy, I'm mainly a football guy, but I definitely love basketball, which is why I love doing points leagues. Something casual to do, and I'm just here to help you guys out, win championships, create a discussion, and have some fun this year. That's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.